company called Cotton Guru. It's a registered trademark and a name given by farmers. The topic I would like to highlight is lots of words actually, but the sense in these words is business model for the future. What does the prospects show us? What does this current scenario that we are seeing right now? There have been dynamic changes in the world in the last 3-4 years, 2020 to 2023. How do we adopt and grow from here on? So business model for the future: collaborate, contribute, and co-create. Environmental balance is what we are looking at with economic value. So the important thing is environment balance is vital, but economic value is critical, and co-creation is the way for sustainable future. The sea changes. How do businesses now look at the current scenario? The global economic crisis has led organizations to re-evaluate their business models and look for new ways to create value and achieve sustainable exponential growth. I can tell you from experience and knowing so many business people, it is a real challenge right now. To survive itself a challenge, and think of growth in the current scenario is like, we are dreaming right now, but still, every time the industry has found a way out of crisis, and at most crisis, through world wars, through COVID situation, in this time also I'm sure they will come out, but I'm just showing you one way that can help you come out. Three C changes. Change number 1. We have been listening to this since last 3 days: raw material sustainability, raw material availability, raw material affordability. The real issue is raw material security. Are we assured of raw material for the next 25, 50 years? How do industries invest? How do the NGOs invest? How do government make policies unless you are assured of the raw material and the supply chain? So change number 1 that we need to look at is raw material security. Change number 2, customers. They are more and more demanding, more sustainability, more traceability, more transparency. It has a cost, but the prices and the times are such you cannot convert them into cost. So what needs to be done there? Change number 3, supply chains are becoming increasingly fragmented. Times are changing. The country's policies are changing. Geopolitical situations are changing. How do you maintain and manage a global supply chain? That is the third C change we need to look at. The present day engagement is a beautiful mirror, but look at the condition of the mirror. That is the situation of the supply chains right now, really fragmented. We can't see our own face in our own supply chain right now. So the fragmentation between farmers, that is the producers, processors, and consumers, is at an alarming high. Impact of this fragmented supply chain limits productivity and competitive advantage, hampers growth, causes dissatisfied customer. That is clearly loss of business. The present day scenario is we are doing more of industrial farming. The industry needs X amount of produce, so the farmer has to produce X amount of that product. Is it really an ecosystem? I'm sorry to say no, it is only industrial farming that we are currently doing, and industrial manufacturing. We are not manufacturing for the future right now. That can be a different thought to it, but the current situation is such, and the consequences are depletion in agri health. Soil is depleting faster than it was before, and industrial health is becoming more and more susceptible to irreversible damage and inability to handle climate change. We all know the challenges of climate change. We have seen the COP20 happen recently. Everybody committing on platforms, but the real fact is that we have a long way to go. In short, fragmented supply chains limit transparency and economy of scale. What is co-creation? This is the word I wanted to look at. This was drafted some years back, but it is really making sense these days. Co-creation is the practice of cooperating and collaborating with other stakeholders to develop sustainable supply chains. Co-creation involves integration of partners, resources, knowledge, network to resolve challenges or to capitalize on opportunities. It is like a family. A person facing a problem, if he comes with the family, if he shares with the family, the solutions come faster because all of them share solutions. That is co-creation. And you can see the difference here. Two parties were on different plateaus initially, and with co-creation, they have some place where they have a joint space for co-creation. The next slide shows you the next paradigm of value creation. That is the opportunity co-creation provides. It is an engagement platform, more of a collective intelligence and building structures and processes necessary to keep the engagement flowing. Opportunities abundant, increased innovation and efficiency, faster development, risk sharing, improved intellectual capacity and customer loyalty. Challenges are many. Also, changing the mindset. We need to change the mindset from competition to unity. All stakeholders need to work effectively and collectively. Clear division of tasks, striking a balance between rights and responsibilities. Food for thought for all of you, those who are present here, including my well-known panelists, is what should we do individually and collectively for co-creation? Is there anything that we can do? What funding can be received for building value chains out of the currently fragmented supply chains? It would need some funding, from where it will come and why it will come and how long it needs to come. Is it being done somewhere? Some examples, US Plus Protocol is doing great work here, my DMP in Australia is doing great work here. Many of the small countries are doing some good work here, but we need to do it collectively, and especially in India, we need to have this happen. Textile Advisory Group is one thing that has shown a green light somewhere down the tunnel. How are we contributing? I am pointing some fingers at you, you would obviously point those at me. What are you doing for this? Our mission is facilitating inclusion of smallholder farmers into farmer-producer organizations. India is a country of smallholder farmers, my friends, and SMEs. It is important to integrate and include them in the textile supply chain. Central touch point for farmers, manufacturers and brands, value addition and upcycling from seed to lint. I will share you one example in the farmer panel that they have partnership projects for Kasturi cotton, sustainable cotton, carbon and biodiversity credits, supply chain, resilience and CSR activities. These are some of the activities that we do. This is the structure that we have. Below you can see farmers, farmer cooperatives, women self-help groups, individuals, collected them into farmer-producer organizations. Over that there is a federation. There are 72 farmer-producer organizations who are our shareholders, comprising of 36,782 farmers. Above that, there is a national level association comprising of 187 farmer-producer organizations with a strength of 100,000 farmers. In the advisory committee, we have the best of the people. Many of them, I'm glad to say, are part of the ICAC delegation here. Veterans like Mr. Suresh Kotak, the Cotton Man of India, Dr. C.D. Mai, Dr. Keshav Kranti, Mr. G. Chandrasekhar, and Dr. Keter Heek from the US. So this is the structure that we have made, an organized structure of farmer-producer organization. So you are no longer dealing with individual farmers right now. You are dealing with companies. These are farmers' companies now. Next slide. All India Cotton Association, Cotton FPO Association, as I shared, the vision is very clear: unlocking the socio-economic potential of sustainable cotton, sustainable agriculture for global prosperity. The journey of co-creation, my friends, has been nothing long short of a dream run. The mission-oriented farmer advisory services that we started 15 years back have now culminated into a well-structured, oriented national association of over 100,000 farmers. I would like to leave you with the last thought of Vasudev Kutumbakam, phrase re-invented by Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi, that the world is one family. The blue planet is a delightful and a beautiful habitat. Its life is our life. Its future is our future. If we invest in our supply chains right now, if we invest in co-creation and in our Mother Earth right now, we will reap the rich harvest of sustainable and exponential economic growth for the future.